You're gonna have to run me through, and fans, I got a chance to talk to Robbie yesterday on the phone, and I want you to tell me this story that you told me about Michael Jordan, when you and Michael Jordan kind of came to, kind of little differences about your opinion about how the game was played when you played with Chicago with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, how the if you want to call it a confrontation came about. Phil was alternating players, second team on the first team on the second team. And so we were scrimmaging. We played like 6 games of going to 5 points. And so after the first 2 games, Phil put me with the second unit where I always play with, my boys, and then he put Longley on back with the first team. Luke Longley, that's his name. And so we proceeded to kick their butts like 4 straight games. And Michael took offense to it. So I asked him, how did he like that butt whooping?
No. This is a real podcast. How you like that ass whooping? That's
well, I didn't know whether it was a family show or not.
This ain't family. We good.
But since I don't have to use a filter, I asked him, how did he like that ass whooping we just put on him? And he took offense to it because clearly no one ever manned up to him, challenged him. So he said that if I wasn't careful, he was gonna kick my ass. And I told him, like, I'm not in awe of you. I played with some of the baddest fellas that walking the court, and I reeled off some names. I'm calling you like Cedric, Bird, McHale, Bill Walton, Tiny. And I'm supposed to be in awe of you. He's looking at me like I had slapped his mother.
I love that story. Then you went even further, and I think you talked about one of the rookies came over to you and said, man, I can't believe you talked to Michael like that.
Yeah, Derek Dickey couldn't believe that I talked to, Michael like that because clearly, Michael was the alpha. He was his team. He ran the ball club and everybody kind of like got out of his way and let him do his thing. And I understand that. But like I said, I'm not in awe of him. I was a champion when I came there. And with all due respect to he and Scotty and Dennis Rodman, you remember hanging from the rafter, the guys I just named hanging from the rafter, not to mention I played with some Hall of Famers, and I'm supposed to be in awe of him. And not to mention, Cedric, let's not forget, even though he dropped 63, we stepped all in his ass, did we not? I rest my case.
I absolutely love that story because people for a while have been talking about, well, Michael Jordan was a bully. And I said, I remember when we played with the Celtics during the 80s, we didn't have nobody who was a bully. We were just like a team that, if we had anything to say to each other, we said it, but it was never any confrontation. We just went on and played.
Well, you know for yourself, Cedric, everybody got their own style and the way they lead. Michael was in your face. He challenged his teammates. And as you know, Larry was our leader, but Larry led by example. He wasn't a vocal leader. He let his play dictate how we should play. And I think Larry's style and philosophy makes the best leaders. Because if you are yelling and screamer, after a while, your voice falls on deaf ears, and the players just kind of tone you out. They don't hear what you got to say. So I respect both leadership styles, but I prefer Larry's style the best. Because some nights you don't want to hear what he got to say. Speaking of Michael, he all up in your face talking trash. He might get a short right, Max.